WGAL News 8 Today starts now.
Good morning, everyone. 5 o'clock. Today is Tuesday. It's April 7th. I'm Matt Barcaro.
I'm Caitlin Smith. We've got Regina back checking on our roads for us this morning. Nice to have you here.
Nice to be back.
And let's talk about this baseball forecast first tonight, because you're going to be wearing a coat if you're going to see the Senators.
I think so, and you want to bundle up because this evening temperatures are going to fall into the lower 40s, but with the breeze, it could even feel like the 30s, guys. So this is certainly a little flashback to winter for you today. This morning, a cold front's coming through, and aside from a sprinkle in Mifflin, Juniata, Perry counties, a quick shower, I don't see much else going on. Temperature check, it's 39 in Selinsgrove, 41 in York, 42 in Lancaster. We have 43 right now and falling in Harrisburg. And look at the wind speed starting to pick up out of the west. We are going to see the northwesterly winds today at 15 to 25 miles per hour sustained. So with highs in the upper 40s, yeah, it's going to feel pretty chilly, especially later today if you're out at the game. And after the sun goes down, the wind will slowly diminish, leading to a cold night. We have a freeze warning, our first of the season, issued by the National Weather Service for overnight tonight. Growing season very close to getting started, so we should be seeing these freeze warnings anytime we dip below freezing over the next couple of weeks.
I know, but it's after Easter, so I just didn't want to go back to freezing.
I know.
Yeah, here we go.
Get to Mother's Day,
Yeah.
right?
True.
Then we're in the clear.
Yeah, got to pull out all the sweaters and jackets now. All right, 5:02 everybody on your Tuesday morning, and good morning to you. Hopefully you're having a good day today and had a nice weekend with family, friends, and celebrated Easter there. Right now, across the Susquehanna Valley at 5:02, no crashes, no incidents that will slow you down, so you are good to go there. Wanted to give you a peek outside. Here's a look at the South Bridge, Harrisburg, Dauphin County. Wow, just one car driving through the South Bridge this morning. Some drive times as you are heading out, though. Harrisburg to Lebanon, 40 minutes there, 32-minute drive to Lancaster on 283. And if you're headed to York, that's a 20-minute drive on 83 southbound. We'll have another update for you in about 5 minutes.
This has been a Lancaster Toyota traffic report.
Well, President Trump is threatening attacks on Iran's bridges and power plants tonight if Iran does not reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
This comes after the president did extend the deadline multiple times, but he says this is his final offer. Washington correspondent Rachel Hersheimer is reporting on this.
We could be hours away at this point from a potentially catastrophic attack against Iran. President Trump told reporters on Monday the country could be taken out in one night if the administration deems it necessary.
We have a plan, because of the power of our military, where every bridge in Iran will be decimated by 12 o'clock tomorrow night, where every power plant in Iran will be out of business, burning, exploding, and never to be used again.
The president added this could happen in a period of 4 hours if the administration decides to carry out the mission. On Monday, Tehran rejected a 45-day ceasefire proposal, saying it wants a permanent end to the war. President Trump has continued to demand Iran reopen the strait or power plants and bridges will be wiped out. The threat to hit civilian infrastructure and cut off power has sparked concerns about possible war crimes. The United Nations warned these types of attacks are banned under international law. The president said yesterday he's not at all concerned about committing war crimes. The Pentagon will be hosting a press conference this morning, and we are interested to see if Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth will outline what this military operation could look like in the next few hours. In Washington, Rachel Hersheimer, WGAL News 8.
Thank you, Rachel. Let's talk about the gas prices as that war continues. Here in Pennsylvania, the state average did go up another 4 cents overnight, now at $4.19. That is up $1.07 a gallon from the start of the war. The average in Mifflin County went up 10 cents overnight, now at $4.35. And a majority of the Susquehanna Valley is above that $4.20 mark. Now, Franklin County's average also went up 5 cents overnight, but it is still the lowest in the area. It is at $4.12 a gallon.
State lawmakers continuing to talk about what they could do to lower gas prices. Last month, House Republicans announced a proposal for a 6-month suspension of the state gas tax that would start in June. It would also require fuel retailers to cut their prices to match that reduction. Democrats, though, say the plan is not fiscally sound and it cuts off a major source of funding for road projects.
We can pause collections. We're going to backfill that hole with the money from the rainy day fund. So in a sense, right now, for the next 6 months, it doesn't have to cost anybody really anything.
Spend less means cut. right? Or maybe not built that bridge that needs to be built, or maybe not repair that road that had a landslide. I mean, there's very direct implications to these proposals.
Well, a proposal from a Senate Democrat would have a 60-day gas tax holiday, but then use bonds to make up for the revenue lost during that break.
Happening tonight in Harrisburg, community members will gather outside St. Patrick's Cathedral for a news conference for a member of a group that ICE has detained. According to Harrisburg Catholic Worker, that's the group hosting this conference, Omar Luis has been in ICE custody for 5 months. The group says he was taken into detention on October 27th while filing a not guilty plea to a nonviolent misdemeanor.
Since then, the charges have been dropped because there is no case against him. And he's been asking for release on bond, right? So he has no criminal record. He's a wonderful member of the community, and he needs to come home. He deserves to be released on bond to his wife and son.
According to Harrisburg Catholic Worker, Luis was in the country seeking asylum from violence in Peru. As you just mentioned, he does have a wife and young son. They have been living in Harrisburg for 4 years. Today's news conference is set for 9 o'clock this morning in front of the St. Patrick's Cathedral.
A New York man now charged with hitting and killing the 2 Berks County firefighters who were looking for a missing woman. Alexander Sepulveda Rivera facing multiple charges, including homicide by vehicle while DUI. According to charging documents, Sepulveda Rivera told police that he fell asleep while driving on Route 222 in Richmond Township, and the crash is what woke him up. Investigators say he hit the UTV that was carrying Walnut Town Volunteer Fire Department Chief Jeffrey Buck and Assistant Chief Robert Schick. Officers say Sepulveda Rivera smoked marijuana that morning, and police say he admitted that the crack pipe found in his car was his. The Berks County DA is expected to hold a news conference today to talk about these charges.
In York County, a new Freedom man will be in court again this month, now facing charges after police say he disrupted a borough council meeting and created a safety risk. Police ended up tasing him.
Liar! Oh, do try to control.
Liar! Liar, pants on fire. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna go over the violation information for federal fiscal year 2021.
So at this meeting in October of last year, police say 34-year-old Devin Taylor raised concerns about water testing, but council members ruled that as an off-agenda item. Investigators say Taylor, though, continued speaking even after his mic was cut, and then he called police saying that the entire council is the problem. Officers say he became combative, resisted arrest, and when he moved toward council members, an officer tased him. Taylor now faces charges including disorderly conduct. His next court date is set for April 30th.
It's 5:08. We have the Lebanon Sky Cam behind us, Christine, and a reminder that we are in April. You know, we do have some spring previews.
We do.
And then kind of like some winter reminders in the forecast for a little
that.
bit.
Yeah, winter reminder tonight.
Yes.
For sure. So we have a freeze warning, and we'll talk about that coming up. A cold front's coming through as we speak. You might get a sprinkle or a stray shower, Mifflin, Juniata, Perry County, but other than that, things are looking quiet. Behind this front, winds are going to pick up out of the northwest, and that is going to bring down our temperature, keep us in the 40s for our highs today. Right now we have a few 30s on the map. 39 Selinsgrove, it's 43 in Harrisburg, 41 degrees, Lewistown and Carlisle. The wind speeds picking up out of the northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour sustained today. We could have some gusts up to 30, 35. So it is going to be a windy day, and that, coupled with highs in the 40s, is going to make it feel quite chilly. So coldest day of the week today. Despite the sunshine, it's still going to be a bit on the cold side. It's going to feel like the 30s as we head toward evening, and tonight we drop into the 20s. We'll talk more about that freeze warning issued by the National Weather Service, the first of the season, coming up.
Dip down to the 20s. All right. Okay, we'll have to get used to that, I guess. Just live through it, right?
You have those coats ready.
Yeah. Well, speaking of cold, you might want to bring a jacket to the Harrisburg Senators game if you're going there tonight. They play their home opener at FNB Field tonight. It's at 6:30. That's the first pitch.
I think people have blankets maybe even in the stands there. News 8's Gabrielle Thomas is joining us live from City Island now to tell us what's new for this year. Good morning, Gabrielle.
Good morning, Matt and Caitlin. Well, it's opening day for the Harrisburg Senators, and as you can see behind me, F&B Field is prepped and ready for fans to scream loud and cheer them on. Now, I have Kevin Kalp joining me this morning. He is with the Harrisburg Senators. Kevin, what can fans expect if they do plan to come out this season?
Well, first of all, thank you guys for coming out and celebrating part of opening day with us. The most beautiful day of the year, opening day. Springtime is in the air. It's going to be a great night for baseball. Can't wait to invite our fans back in the ballpark this year because there's so many cool things we're doing we want to show off, including our new scoreboard, including this beautiful new green field that we put in this year, with all of the other new things we're doing, with all of the new characters we're going to introduce for the fans. Can't wait.
All right, so when it comes to, fans that may be traveling here for the first time, or even maybe some locals that haven't been to a game in a long time, what should they know? What do they need to know, shall I say?
Well, dress accordingly. It's going to be brisk tonight, but it'll be great baseball weather, good springtime baseball weather. Shouldn't keep you away, but definitely bring a jacket. Bring a clear bag. We have a clear bag policy this year, although we're going to be giving away some really cool Senators branded clear bags tonight. Fireworks after the game, so plan on staying and watching the great fireworks show, and finishing off opening night the way it should with fireworks in the sky.
I have to know the inside scoop, Kevin. Do you think the team is ready? Have they been prepping and doing the work to win possibly tonight?
They've won their first 3 games in Altoona, so we're 3-0. We're coming back home. The guys are excited. It's always something fun in the pageantry of opening day. It's just there's a pep in everybody's step. I think they're very, very ready.
Kevin, thank you. Well, first pitch is at 6:30 tonight. Make sure you bring something warm because it is a little cold out here. As Christine said, it's going to be a little chilly this evening as well. Reporting live here at F&B Field in Harrisburg, I'm Gabrielle Thomas, WGAL News 8.
You know what, though? The Akron Rubber Ducks are also undefeated
They
so
are.
far. So
yeah, we can take it.
Should be a good game.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Gabrielle. And we'll be covering more of the home opener in Harrisburg. News 8 will be live at the ballpark all afternoon and into the evening. Michael Fuller will be anchoring our coverage this afternoon from F&B Field starting at News 8 at 4. Sports Director Bethany Miller will also be talking with the coaches and players ahead of first pitch. And meteorologist Mike Sesko will be live outside the stadium talking to fans from Storm Tracker 8.
It's 5:12 and a change could be coming to playoff formatting for public and private high school sports across Pennsylvania. State Senator Marty Flynn, a Democrat serving the northeast part of the state, is proposing a bill that he says would give the PIAA the ability to make separate playoff classifications and championships for private and public schools. Now, public schools only have athletes from the district that the school is in, but private schools can bring in students from across the state.
That's an argument point. Like, hey, you guys got kids not really from this community playing for you strictly for basketball, and our kids are, here for the whole shebang.
There has to be another way that they can tweak this, where you can get some of these teams that are on these magical runs that only play with a 3, 4, 5 mile boundary and let them get that glory and get that championship that they deserve.
Lancaster Catholic's athletic director says that he understands the concerns, but he says he's not sure this bill is the right answer. He says a split only creates more questions about fairness and consistency. That proposed bill has been referred to the Education Committee for consideration.
Tonight, the School District of Lancaster School Board having a public meeting for residents to ask questions about the district's $10 million budget deficit. The school board says it plans to present options to correct that deficit at the meeting tonight. So far, the board has approved a resolution that would allow for furloughs of more than 100 district employees. But the board says it's trying not to have to do that. The meeting is set for 6:30 tonight at Lincoln Middle School.
Franklin County Commissioners are calling this Re-Entry Week and encouraging you to support people getting released from jail. Today, the Franklin Together Re-Entry Coalition will be collecting donations at the South Central Community Action Building. That's on South Main Street in Chambersburg. They're asking for cleaning supplies, personal care items, and gift cards. That group will be accepting those donations from 8 this morning until 4:30 this afternoon to then give to people who are getting out of jail.